Good evening and welcome to Formula Pi Round 1 Heats 3 and 4 tonight from a very breezy and stormy Cambridgeshire. We had some power issues overnight in Cambridgeshire, and even our house was without power for about 5 or 6 hours this morning. So me and Tim are quite tired because lots of people's alarms were going off all night. So from a very breezy and stormy Cambridgeshire, our alarm was going off overnight. So sorry to everybody in our village. You may have heard our alarm going off. There's nothing we could do. Really, there was no power. I digress. We're here for racing, not hearing about my life story. It's a good evening and glad you've made it with us, and hope you're safe and well where you are. Good evening to everyone in the chat, and we are following up hot on the heels of some amazing racing last night. If you didn't catch Heats 1 and 2, I strongly advise once you finish watching this live feed, put back onto our YouTube channel and watch the racing unfold last night. It was absolutely fantastic. I can't say how impressed I am at how close the racing was. It was just brilliant. It was absolutely wonderful, and I just go and watch it. Everyone's saying echo. I think I might have been a bit too loud, so I'm going to try and be a little bit quieter and a little bit closer to my mic so I don't pick up on Tim's. We need some shielding. Mike says play your sounders on. Yes, I think it is. Big echo, about 10 seconds delay. Oh, interesting. So I'm going to try and be a bit. I think I know what's happening. Is that better now? Can everybody just confirm, is that better now? I think I've left. Aha! The video running in another window. I was checking the stream, and it appears to be playing the video feed back through my Firefox window. Sorry, everyone. I'm very tired. We should get on with the racing then.
We should.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry, everyone.
Very tired. Didn't sleep. Alarm went off overnight. Very tired. Right. Are we ready to go? I need to do spin view to introduce people because we haven't done that bit yet. Okay. Easy, Tim, on the button. Easy, Tiger. Righto. So we will get on and introduce the first rack of robots tonight that are competing in Formula Pi for Heat 3. First up, on the outside lane, we have Team Enigma, who are number 10. Not number 1 as their picture shows. We need to retake that picture.
We do.
They are the number 1 in their picture because they won the first series of Formula Pi. They were absolutely incredible and unbeatable during that season. And then season 2, everything fell apart and they came 16th, but looking for better performance tonight, so good luck. Next up, we have Pico Hulkenborg. I'm a big fan of this pun. Wonderful robot team. Who this is their first season in Formula Pi. Obviously, great team name, and they've done really well in testing so far. It's been a good show from them. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll be able to give Enigma a bit of a run for their money tonight. Next up, we've got another Formula Pi veteran team. It's Rasparas del Infierno from Madrid in Spain. They came 3rd in the first season of Formula Pi and 5th in the second season of Formula Pi. So definite form here, been in the final for both years. Can they make it 3 years on the trot and make it into the final? We'll see tonight to see if they can do it. Next up, another Formula Pi new team. We have Ecstatic from Volkswagen in Germany. They list their programming experiences a little bit. Hopefully it'll grow as time goes on for this, and hopefully it'll get better and better. And it's great to see another team from Germany as well, hopefully challenging Lambda P for the German title. So it'd be good to see how they get on tonight. And finally, in the outside, we have I-12 Racing from San Francisco in America, another newbie to Formula Pi here, first season competing. They list their experience as 3 years coding, and I think we saw them in testing, but not for the collision detection stuff, if I remember correctly. So hopefully tonight we'll see some good results from them with their first outing in Formula Pi. There we are. Swinder's cheekily saying Murray Walker never had this problem. Hey. Hey.
He had lots of other problems, but we loved him for it.
Love Murray Walker. Big F1 fan from the 1980s, so Murray Walker was the soundtrack to my childhood. Just to be even mentioned
when
near
Formula
him
1 was great.
Is lovely. Yeah, he's brilliant. Right, Tim.
Shall we go?
We shall. Yes, let's go. Let's get going.
Okay, start light sequence, please.
Quite stuttery tonight. I think it's the sleepiness. I do apologise. Right, so green, red, green, and then we'll be away, so you can get into the first corner here. Let's go. Oh, good start. So we've got 4 away, 5 away now. I can see 5 robots are moving, so that looks like that is Rasparas del Infierno and I-12 Racing into the first corner first, then followed by Enigma, then followed by Can't see who the next one is. I think that's Ecstatic. And then, bringing up the rear, I believe that is Pico Hulkenborg. And let's see who gets across the line first. Perhaps Piano getting the first lap in. But everyone's collided on the first straight. All four of them have ploughed into Pico Hulkenberg, who is struggling to get off the line, leaving, I believe, that is Ecstatic to just waltz around the lot of them. Hopefully they can untangle themselves and get out of this mess and carry on. Let's see how we get on. So this is interesting to see now. Beautiful bit of crashing there in the first corner, and that is Ecstatic coming around for their second lap. I think that was Rasputin Piano getting away first, then followed by Enigma, then followed by the green lit robot of Pico Hulkenborg. And somebody's been left stranded on the straight, I believe. Or have we got 5 robots away now? Let's have a look. That's Ecstatic coming across the line, I think. Nope. I-12 coming for the second lap with Enigma, and Rasputin Piano appear to have stopped, so I'm not quite sure what's happened to them there. That's a real shame from the previous contestants there. Ecstatic coming for their third lap. Ooh, bit of a reverse there. Is that Ecstatic going backwards? This could be a chance for Enigma to get past, along with I-12 Racing. So Enigma and I-12 now, I believe, are in the lead. Enigma crashing head on with Pico Hulkenborg there. I think that is an off. I think, George, you are quite right. That is an off for Rasputin Piano. Their button was knocked and the battery pack came out, which sometimes happens. It's a bit difficult to get them in nice and tight sometimes. Try our best. And I think sometimes the impacts are just too big. Oh, that sounded like a big crash. That's Pico Hulkenborg smashing just above our heads. We can hear that down here in the studio. But this is like I-12 Racing is now walking away with this one. They've managed to avoid all the carnage. 2 minutes in now. Enigma coming around for a 5th lap as well. And let's see, there's I-12 just coming around Headbanger. So hopefully this will be a 6th lap for them. I think Pico Hulkenborg has now done 1 lap, so that's good. We're 1 lap in. Ooh, colliding with I-12, causing them a bit of trouble, but they got away cleanly there. And hopefully we'll stay out of trouble. It was a big old tussle, Mike, you are quite right. It was a big old fight between them, and sometimes it just happens. There's not a lot we can do about it. No matter how tight we tighten those batteries in, they just bash the crap out of each other. That's it, it's my one swear now. Feel better. Sorry, everyone. Right, I-12 Racing. How's everybody enjoying the lap counter, by the way? This is a new addition for us racing this year. We've got the timer counting down 10 minutes per round, as usual, and giving you the lap counts of each of the robots, and in the order that they've gone across the line as well. So, while this was brilliant last night, and it gave me a real insight into where people are in the track, because it kind of stopped, and everyone stopped in the second lap here, I can see. Last night, it didn't solve the problem between the Solar Cats and the IT guy, and it was so close. We had to reenact the race and place the robots and match it to the video and everything, and the video on YouTube was showing us doing that. Just so you can see what we do after the races, because we don't just get put in a cupboard away until next time we race. We do stuff after the races, quite a lot as well. So let's see, we haven't moved on. I think I-12 might have just made themselves free there. No, that's Ecstatic coming across for another lap. Looks like Enigma and Pico, or is that Enigma and I-12, I think are tussling there. They just flipped over. Oh, has Enigma stopped? Is that a stop? That's I-12 going backwards and now deciding that they're going forwards again, so deciding that they're going the other way around the track. Oh, big collision there between Pico and I-12 in the corner. That is brutal. So we're coming out of Headbanger, quite literally and physically, with the robots there. This is looking like Ecstatic now have taken the lead, just crept above I-12. I think they've kept out of all the trouble. I can see there are 3 robots that crashed in the S's. I think that is I-12 has mounted Enigma, who appears to have stopped. Oh, somebody's on the barriers. Pico is on the barriers, almost in the gravel. So close. We have had people launch themselves into the gravel, either by the elbows of another robot or via their own steam. It's not happened yet this year. Hopefully, we might see it again. George is saying, can someone shine some green and red lights, please? Tim, up you go. Get a little torch out and try and get it confused to get it going.
Sorry, it has to be all autonomous.
Yeah, no human intervention after the lights have been switched on and off. It looks like Ecstatic now is just creeping into the lead. They're staying out of trouble. Seem to be doing a little bit of avoidance around the robots. It's a bit back and forth, but they're not doing any reverse laps, she says. curse the commentator. They're about to cross the line. I think that's Pico struggling to get round the corner there.
I think now we're just going backwards and forwards.
Yeah, that is Pico struggling to get into Headbanger, I think upside down and the wrong way entirely. Oh, flip themselves back up the right way round. Doing lots of flipping. You can hear it from down here. We are a little over halfway now through the first race. And Ecstatic appear to have fallen silent. Where are they? They've stopped as well. Oh, dearie me. This is a complete polar opposite to last night. We had such frenetic racing last night, and this is proving to be a much quieter, more downbeat affair. Ecstatic have stopped in the first corner, and if Pico Hulkenborg can't do 7 laps in 4 minutes, then it looks like they might just sneak away with the win here, but it's difficult to say how they'll get on. And I-12, I can still see the wheels were spinning on that robot, so they may still free themselves. There is still time for them to free themselves and clog up a couple of laps. You see the wheels are spinning, but nobody is home. They are stuck on top of Enigma, who appear to have stopped. And has everyone stopped now?
That is all 5 robots stationary, I believe. Yes,
I think the wheels are spinning. On at least 2 of them, the wheels are still spinning. And as per the rules in Formula Pi, we have to sit here because anything could happen.
It can. So maybe a little bit of code help.
Oh.
If your robot does power cycle itself due to an accident, etc. If during the start lights you set yourself a flag which is save to disk that says, okay, the start lights, I have seen them, so next time when you power up you immediately go into the running state, you can avoid this problem. The problem is you'll obviously need to resubmit, you'll need to reset that flag and resubmit it each time, otherwise you'll jump the start and then you'll be disqualified. So
if
just a little
people could
helpful
return their
hint
code with a flag in that says, I have seen the lights equals true, that would be the best. Or false.
That's something that would need to be loaded on startup. Before the racing, we won't go through and run a test on the code. So you certainly won't have had a single run. It will be run first time the state you see. You'll know that from the logs. Yeah.
It's a pro tip there from Mr. Timothy Reburn. And now he's got a mic as well. We can actually hear him talking.
You can.
And not, I thought the echo that you were referring to earlier on was the echo between our mics. So I have to try and be quiet now, otherwise my voice gets picked up on his mic. I thought that's what you were talking about, and that's why I was confused. But no, I've just been an idiot and left YouTube open when I was checking the feed was actually running. George is asking, but for semi-final and final 2, would that flag be applicable? Semis are eliminated.
Now, that's actually a very good question. Let me check the rules, go through and have a chat with Aaron about that, and we'll get back to everyone on that one.
You don't know your own rules?
Well, no. Make them up as I go along, don't I?
Disgraceful.
Oh, we have action.
Oh, do we? Somebody's alive. Somebody's moving. Pico is now moving. They've set off again. Just out of view of the camera behind the lovely lap counter there. They are moving. They have freed themselves. Thinking about where to go. Oh, went up against the wall. So if they can get in 5 laps, it's unlikely. Average lap time is between 15 to 18 seconds. We were talking last night about average lap times. So probably getting 1 lap now if he's very quick and efficient as it goes round. So looks like it's going to be kept the way the results currently are. That is Ecstatic in first place with 9 laps. I-12 Racing with 7 laps in second place. Team Enigma in joint second place with 7 laps, but because they completed their 7 laps after I-12, it means third place. And in fourth place, Pico Hulkenborg, you can see there just making their way in the reverse direction around Headbanger Corner, now stuck on the wall. And that is time in 5th place, Rasparas del Infierno from Madrid. So, not quite as tense as last night's racing, but exciting for different reasons. I didn't expect suddenly things to start happening again towards the end, so that's good. Well done, everyone. Good job. So it'll be interesting to see how that mixes things up on the old leaderboard. So current standings for those drivers: Team Enigma were in first place, joint first place. Pico Hulkenborg were in joint fourth place. Rasmus and Piano were in joint second place. X-Static were in joint third place, and i12 Racing don't have any showing yet. So that will be a real mix-up to the leaderboard. That is...
Who's that currently on the left next to the in the pit sign?
Next to the Robot Wars Foam Fenger, that is, I believe, number 84, i12 Racing. They have a...
The interesting thing is, right at the end then, they just seem to release themselves from the top of the robot. I'm just wondering if they have a end of 15-minute counter that gets it to do something slightly different at the end of the race. And,
well, I did see Jamie from BK Taco from the IT Guy team tweeting yesterday that they coded a handbrake turn into their robot. It was a complete GIF on Twitter today, which was fabulous.
If that's the case, then there's a pro tip of how to get off the top of another robot.
There we go. J-turn it, if in doubt. Give it a handbrakey and get yourself back around going the right way. It was beautiful. I am amazed at the chaos that he caused last night. Brilliant. Right, so I need to do my duties, which is... Oh, I seem to have everything in the wrong place. It's the wind. I'll blame the wind. It's blown everything everywhere. We wouldn't be here without lovely sponsors and people who backed us on Kickstarter, so thank you for that in the first place. And extra shout outs to go out to Electromaker.io, a new hardware hacking community set up by a lovely team in Holland, I believe? Maybe in the UK. In the UK, I think it was somebody else. Yeah. They're wonderful. Check them out. Electromaker.io. Obviously, Pimeroni, the good ship Pimeroni in Sheffield on Sea, the makers of wonderful hats and things for the Raspberry Pi. Check them out. They're awesome. Self-driving track days, the team that will bring autonomous driving to you, real-size actual cars like go-karts and real cars and everything, and teach you about autonomous driving in the real world, which is really exciting. Obviously. IQ Audio, the makers of lovely audio hats for the Raspberry Pi, amazing systems. Who's talking behind me? International Technical Group, my company, who I work for, I make software for. CAD translation experts, check them out. We do some interesting meshing stuff for CFD. Next up, POSIX, GPS and positioning add-ons for Arduino, Raspberry Pi, and they swallowed my tongue then. Localised GPS, thank you. Hot Packers, the brewing collective from Canterbury, that's Hannah and Tristan. They're doing a brew day on this Saturday, so if you're in the Canterbury area, check out their Facebook page, drop Tris a message and you can go and help out brew, so you get beer and pizza. It's amazing, check them out. And finally, Mod My Pi, our lovely friends Jake and the team down in Tunbridge Wells, who distribute all of our boards and kits now, so check them out. And also, cough, if you'd like to sponsor us, check out our website, formulapi.com. Also drop us an email at info@formulapi.com. We're also on Twitter at formulapi_. And yeah, that's about it, I think. Timmy is doing some admin work behind me whilst I'm trying to concentrate on doing other things. I could have done that. Could have waved the camera at me. Right. So, let's see what SpinView has in store for us for the next race. Whilst we update the race timer clock, I will introduce you to the next 5 robots that are currently going through their 2-minute cycle. Dear me. First up, Team Lamillo from Sedgefield in the UK. This is their second time running now in Formula Pi. They did the collision avoidance last week and did quite well on that. They're currently sitting 6th on the leaderboard and are looking for a similar performance tonight. So good luck, guys. Next up, Formula Pi veteran Swinders, who has got some pretty good results from the last few series. Currently standing, let's have a look on my list, first in the leaderboard, so much better performance this season. Got 9th and 12th in the last two previous Formula Pi series. So hopefully Swinders will make it the final this year. You're my favourite, by the way. I want you to make it to the final. Truth. Next up, IQ Audio, sponsors I just mentioned earlier on from Cricklade in the UK. Designers of fantastic audio boards for the Raspberry Pi. So if you're an audiophile, you love your music, you love your sound, then check them out because they are absolutely fabulous. And doing quite well as well, currently sitting 2nd in the leaderboard. Lots of people all joined together at the moment in the leaderboard. It's quite close. Next up, SHTP, who were in the last series of Formula Pi as well. They came 9th overall. Were really close to getting into the final. They were only a couple of seconds off. It was very tight last year. The top 5 were only separated by a few seconds, I think. and they were unlucky not to make it into the final. They've got 10 years experience in quite a lot of languages there, C++.NET, and 2 years experience with Python. And finally, on the right-hand side, we have Wacky Racer from Saint-Herblain in France. They are beginners in Python and in Raspberry Pi, currently sitting joint second as well in the leaderboard. Did quite well in the collision avoidance testing that we did last week. Part of the new challenge rounds that we do, where everybody has a challenge that they have to try and complete in a set time. And that's it. That's your 5 robots for Heat 4, the final heat we're going to run this week. And there's the lovely time, we're all ready to go, and I'm judging by all the lights being the right colour, we're almost good to go.
We just had SHTP not booting up.
Okay.
So we've just power cycled it, and
So
just
we're still waiting
having a
for
look at that a minute. At the moment, it doesn't look too good.
Just to update you, last night Farstar didn't start, their light didn't come on and they didn't start the race. We investigated that after the race, and it turned out to be a code error on Farstar's part. We've reported it back to them and let them know there'll be a problem and what the problem was and how to solve it, and generally helped out. So hopefully next time Farstar will get off the line. Everybody has a 2-minute timer that we run, and they get 2 minutes to boot up any code that they're running. We do this because if some teams are running something other than Python, it might take slightly longer to boot than the house code does. So for example, Lambda P last year were running Java, and that was, I don't know if that was slower or faster, but we still do it just to give people a little bit of extra time who want to experiment with different types of code and different systems.
Yeah, if we see a problem, we usually power cycle and give another 2 minutes.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing now.
Right, it seems like we're ready and happy. So
Okay, good stuff. So starting from outside to inside, we've got Team Lamillo on the left, then Swinders, then IQ Audio, then SHTP, then Wacky Racer on the inside on the right. And we're good to go. Let's please start the lights.
Okay, start light sequence, please.
Just shuffling around there. So green, red, green, and then the robots will set off. Nobody jumped the lights, all 5 away, although the inside Wacky Racer seemed to stop. IQ Audio got a good line in there, Swinders closely followed, but just hung up a little bit on Team Lamillo. They seem to be fighting in this corner, caught up on each other, which is a real shame. 2 robots still tangled on the start line. IQ Audio appears to have got away and are sticking to the midline. So they're staying out of trouble there, keeping out well out of the way. Swinders is stuck on Team Lamillo. Oh, and IQ Audio piled into the back and has freed them both. So that has released Swinders from the clutches of Team Lamillo. And I don't know if Lamillo have got away now. I think they might be stuck on a wall. So let's see how we're doing now. 2 robots still stuck on the start line. I think that's SHTP. And, ooh, big smash there from, I think that's probably Swinders coming round and just giving them a good smack as he went past. But sitting in second place currently. Yes, Swinders, give us a push. You ask and ye shall receive. The Formula Pi gods obviously being kind this evening to you. So it looks like those 3 robots have sort of freed themselves and everybody's getting on now when we're across the line. I think that is Swinders coming round for, as IQ Audio there upside down, sorry, my apologies. Everyone's upside down, which makes my job really hard. Oh, everyone's crashing. Somebody's reversing. I can't tell who's who. It's very difficult. There's Swinders now coming round for a second lap. Good. Come on, Swinders. There's some good avoidance going on there as well. So you just crawl round one of the upside down robots struggling to get into the S's there. I think this upside down one we can see here is IQ Audio, and that is Swinders just giving chase there behind. This could be really tight between these two, because IQ Audio being upside down may have slight disadvantage in guidance, and Swinders has just smoothly gone around the outside of the whole lot of them. Fabulous driving. Just avoided all of the carnage, whereas IQ Audio seemed to struggle a little bit there coming into the corner. Oh, and they're going to causing a big crash there. Just taking out Swinders, just turned around and went for them. Just like, oh yeah, I've had enough of you following me now. 3 robots piled in now. I can't see who the other robot is there. It's been righted. Swinders is now upside down, but the right way up now. That robot there with the red light on is Team Lamillo, who've just piled in the back there. That is IQ Audio now the right way up. Lamillo the wrong way up there in front, just tracking that line, but causing some trouble for IQ Audio. Where is Swinders? Somebody give me a Swinders update, please. I can see, is that Swinders there with the blue light going backwards? I think that is. Quickly, the other way, go the other way. Quickly, back the other way. Oh, somebody's tracking there. I can't, the white, I think that's the white light of Wacky Racer now. I think all 5 robots are away. tracking very oddly there. Causing trouble there for Team Lamillo, just crashing in the back, and now they're smashing into the wall. I thought they were about to pile into that other robot that's just parked there on the start line. I think that could be SHTP, have just parked it. Swinders just really hammering down this evening. The pain on people. Yes, Swinders, you are green. And that is... you're now slightly beached. 3 robots have piled in now. IQ Audio self-righted. Swinders has backed off. I think that is Lamillo. It's just struggling to... There we go, that's Lamillo there, sorry, piling in with the red light. And Swinders has now been released from that pile. So if IQ Audio gets held up here by this little group of robots, this could be a chance for Swinders to swoop in and take the lead here, because he's gained a lap back. But it looks like IQ Audio may have been freed from that little group and just clocked up their 5th lap. And there is Swinders. Let's see if he can get past here. He could pass IQ Audio here. I think he's done it. I think that is Swinders through and free. There's IQ Audio now self-righted, caught up on Lamillo and spun round again. But that is Swinders away and is now in the lead. Brilliant. So I think this could be you coming around for your 6th lap. That's IQ Audio giving chase now the right way up. There is Swinders under the camera going through with the green light on. 6th lap, Swinders takes the lead. So after a bit of a tumultuous start, settling down, Team Lamillo, they're almost taking out Swinders, but Swinders have managed to avoid all that carnage, just somehow dancing through there. That was beautiful. IQ Audio have also clocked up their 6th lap now. They're giving chase. This could be really tight between the 2 of them now. So there's IQ Audio in the S's, and Swinders is coming across for his 7th lap. So there's about half a lap between the 2. I think that could be IQ Audio going the wrong way, so that could be good for Swinders. Nope, that's IQ Audio there. I made a mistake. This is looking tight. So we're getting to about the halfway mark here, and I think Swinders just got caught up on Lamillo again, but luckily managed to bruise his way through, elbows out, and just nudged them out of the way. And he's now back on the home straight again, 8 laps. Clocking up the laps now. Managed to avoid, again, another robot there, just reversing in. Had everything thrown at you tonight. Lamillo again causing trouble upside down. Really sort of juddery movement. Is quite difficult to predict, I think, where that robot's going to be. This is looking good for Swinders though. Clocking up another lap, 9 laps. Lamillo there just back piling to HTP. Somebody's upside down and tracking backwards. Swinders just glides past it all. This is it's looking quite straightforward now. IQ Audio again on 9 laps. This is close. Lamillo just really, getting round, but just causing trouble, getting in the way, and making a bit of a nuisance of themselves, generally. But still clocking up the laps. They're sitting in 3rd place, currently on 4 laps. So IQ Audio now just clocking up the 10th lap. This is looking good, better than the previous one, just past the halfway mark now. So if Swinders can keep his heels clean, this should be a good finish for them. 11 laps now. Really good racing and good avoidance as well. It's looking very good. Sticking to the midline's obviously a good strategy tonight. Lamillo there. Whoa, I thought they were going to reverse then. They're right way up now, so that might help them. Now they've self-righted themselves, that could make it easier for them to navigate. Still going the wrong way. IQ Audio sticking to the midline there. A little bit further out. I think they're trying to stick themselves out of trouble. There is Swinders. 12 laps now. Just sticking out of trouble. I think now Lamillo's the right way up. They've self-righted themselves. They are good to go. They seem to be getting some clean laps now. Clean lines through those corners. I think Wacky Racer must have stopped. Yeah, I think that's Wacky Racer over by the POSIX sign there on the far side of the track. Swinders there, and Lamillo now giving chase to Swinders. Obviously quite a few laps behind, but there's about half a lap between IQ Audio and Swinders, and if you can keep that gap now, that'll be it. You're good to go. You're golden. 14 laps. Here we go. Counting down the timer. 3 minutes to go. Anything to add, Tim? You've been very quiet. You're just intently watching.
I'm just enjoying it, to be honest.
It's good. It's very nice and smooth now. I'm liking this. So, in last place, SHTP, who had stopped on the start-finish line just underneath the ramp there. And Wacky Racer in 4th place with 2 laps. Lamillo coming through for their 8th lap there. Just about to undertake Swinders there, possibly causing trouble. Oh, wheel to wheel through the S's. Will Swinders turn in? Oh, Lamillo just take the lap back there. That was so close. IQ Audio in 2nd place with 15 laps, and there is Swinders coming across the line to complete his 16th lap. With 2.5 minutes to go on the timer. This is looking, I think Swinders has gained a little bit on IQ Audio. Could be coming round to lap. Oh no, there is about half a lap between them. It's about the same as what it was before. My apologies, it looked like it was more than it was. This is a deceptive. So let's see. Somebody is rubbing up against the barrier. I can hear that noise down here. I can hear it through my headphones. Ooh. Yeah, there's a rumbling of that robot rubbing up against the thing. I think that could be... Is that IQ audio? No, that is SHTP, I believe. No, they haven't started, have they? That would be the Wacky Racer hacking their way into the wall. I think I'm a bit lost as to who's who. So, 2 minutes to go. Swinders and IQ Audio still battling for the title here of the fastest racer tonight in Heat 4. There's Wacky Racer. Just tentatively picking their way around the corner. And then deciding against it. Oh, no, in the way. Oh, stopping IQ Audio dead in their tracks though. Oh, and Lamillo pile in the back as well. Could this be a four-way pile-up? Will Swinders come to join them? Oh, he has! All four robots piling up in the last minute and a half. Let's hope that Swinders can reverse and get out of this and keep the lead over IQ Audio. IQ Audio have self-righted and bashed into Swinders. But that's kind of freed Swinders and put everyone's together. Oh, goodness me. This is hideous. This could be... No, we're off. We're away again. I thought it was going to be the end of the race because of course the commentator. And Swinders giving you the lovely close-up, self-righting, thinking about it, flipping the wrong way again. And we're off now, I think. Swinders is away. And just caught into the back of Wacky Racer there, I think. Yes, Wacky Racer is away as well. Phew! Ooh! Elbows out, everyone. That was a big pile up in that corner between the three of them. That was huge. Alright, Swinders hit 20 laps. I think that's a record. I don't think we got that high last night, did we? Or did we? Maybe we did. I wasn't counting.
I think we did. Yeah.
Now I've got the counter, I stopped counting. So I've got one less job to do. Thank goodness. Okay.
Is this a strategy from Wacky Racer?
Is this? I don't know, getting a run up.
Getting a bit confused.
It's sitting in the midline and getting in everyone's way, I think. Swinders is... It's so tight between Swinders and IQ Audio now. I think... Oh, I can't tell who's that. That's Lamillo and Wacky Racer. They're having a bit of a battle. Swinders has just got 22 laps. Okay, so this is it. Final time now. I think Swinders has this one nailed on. So that is it. We are done. Race over. So, in 5th place, SHTP failed to get off the line, spun round, and then something happened which caused him to stop. In 4th place, Wacky Racer with 4 laps. A bit tentative in the corners, making slow progress, but progress nonetheless. In 3rd place, Team Lamillo causing all kinds of trouble and getting in everyone's way, but fabulously getting in 14 laps. It was very good. From them, that's brilliant. In 2nd place, IQ Audio with 22 laps. And in 1st place, it is Swinders with 22 laps. Congratulations. And that's it from us tonight. We are done. I need to take a photo of the lap counter for the official marshals. Thank goodness there is no dead heats to work out tonight. And that's it. We're good to go. That is it.
That's great.
Thank you, everyone. It's been really, really good racing this week. We've been really impressed. It's been brilliant. It's been all action, and there's been some brilliant overtaking and wonderful work in the corners. Beautiful driving in synchronisation. It's been lovely. I have a couple of announcements, maybe. One, I think I've seen Mike in the chat tonight. He probably will correct me if I'm wrong. Pie Wars have tickets available for watching and spectating this year's Pie Wars. It's taking place this year in Cambridge. April, I believe, is the date. I can't remember the exact dates. We've got them written down somewhere. Check out piewars.org and go and get your spectator tickets. It's really, really good fun. It's great watching. We've helped the last few years and been there and watched all the competitors competing on all the circuits, and it's just fabulous. Even as a spectator, it's a brilliant day out, so I highly recommend it. We'll be there and probably slightly less tired than we are today. Secondly, 2 weeks until the next Formula Pi race. We've got a week's break and then we're back again with another challenge round. What is the challenge round this time round, please? Do we know?
The same challenge round, the same sort of challenge round as last time, but we will be repositioning the robots
by popular demand.
By popular demand.
So we will be
exactly,
putting little marks on the floor and repositioning the robots, so every competitor has the same opportunity to avoid the robots that we place. And I think that's the only announcement, isn't it?
think that is, yes.
Yeah, so we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Thank you very much for everyone in the chat tonight. It's been brilliant fun. As always, you've been a pleasure. And I will be less tired and less storm battered, I think, the next time we see you. So have a good week, and we'll speak to you 2 weeks tonight. So take it easy, everybody. Have a good evening. And
Good night.
Bye-bye.